All right, 8:02. Let's get started here. Let me pull up our lesson for the week, and we'll look at our assignment, which will be interesting this week. All right, let's go to our grade screen as usual. All right, so you should have everything turned in through 1.04. This week we have 1.05. Look, there's a career connection this week. And then next week is our first unit exam. So we're going to finish up this unit next week. But let's look at this week's lesson and assignment. Our assignment's a little different. Like I said, it's worth more than 25 points too, I'm pretty sure, looking at it. So let's go to our activity screen and get started. 1.05. Cybersecurity career exploration. So finding the right career is not easy. Some students know what field they want to go into right out of school. Some of you guys already know this is what I'm going to do. Others take some time to explore the options. Some of them take 20 years exploring the options and put themselves in a bad spot later. One way to prepare and think of career options is to complete a career interest survey. There's lots of those out there. You can find them on the internet. Here's the things you like. So you might be good at this job, or this job may be of interest to you. The career interest survey is not supposed to tell you exactly what career you should choose, but it's designed to help you understand your individual working style, right? Your style, your interest, your strengths, and how they can translate into a good career fit. Maybe this career. It usually gives you a list of careers that might be good for the strengths and interests you have. There's many online career surveys available. If you search for Cybersecurity Career Survey or Career Survey. So if you think cybersecurity is it, you can get there because there's a whole bunch of different occupations that are working in cybersecurity. It's not just like, oh, I'm a cybersecurity guy. That there's a whole bunch of cybersecurity guys doing a whole bunch of different jobs. So you can search for that or just search for career survey. After you complete a career interest survey, you should always ask yourself if the jobs or careers that interest you also match your personal interests. Here's some items to consider. What do you want to do? Your future career should be something you want to do, but also something you're good at, right? If you say, oh, well, this job pays a lot. I mean, I don't want to do that. I think I'll be bored to death, but it pays a lot, so I'm going to do that. Well, you may study that and get that job, but you're probably not going to stick with it because you don't like it. You have to like what you do. Life's too short to not like what you do, and you'll not do a good job, and you'll leave that, and you'll find something later. So make sure that you like what you do. And a lot of times that means you should go out and take job shadow and see someone that actually does that job and see if you can spend a day with them. That's kind of a good thing a lot of times too. So if you enjoy coding, writing programs, and creating video games for you and your friends to play, is algebra one of your top subject areas? Because algebra and advanced math classes train you to think logically and should be strong subject areas for someone who wants to have a career in computer programming, because algebra and programming are very much related. You have the same type of thinking. If you can work algebra problems and go through the whole logic that, you will be good at programming. Those kind of go hand in hand. Works very well. Math and computer programming, very strong tie together on that. Are there conflicts? If you have a specific career in mind, ask yourself if there's any conflicts with your lifestyle. Like, you may choose a job that requires working a lot of late hours or a lot of weekends, and you're like, but that doesn't go with my lifestyle. I want to spend time, with my husband or wife, and my kids when I have kids, and that kind of things. And I like my weekends free and stuff. So you got to take all that in consideration. You want a job that makes, or I don't mind traveling all the time. If I take this job, I'm going to end up having to travel all over the country every week. That may be you, that may not be you. So you got to consider those things. If a conflict exists, ask yourself, how important is the conflict? You might love your future career so much that you're willing to compromise on what you wear to work. Oh, I have to dress this way if I take that job. But if you're a people person and your career is isolated, you might want to expand your career interest. Yeah, if you're a people person, you take a job where you're alone a lot, you're going to be pretty unhappy with that job in a short amount of time. So you got to think about all of those things. Exploring cybersecurity careers. Within a field like cybersecurity, there's many options, many roles to explore, and each one fills a specific need in the security community. So let's look at some popular cybersecurity careers here. Entry level. So this would be one of the first jobs you'd get in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity professionals often start in one role with an eye to moving up on time. That's true in like almost every company. You know the job you want, but a lot of times it's hard to step into that job. You got to step in a lower job and learn the company and work your way up to that. That's not uncommon at all. Entry-level roles exist in most careers. Examples include like a systems engineer, systems administrator, web developer, IT technician, network engineer, security specialist. That may be entry-level jobs in cybersecurity. A mid-level, once a cybersecurity professional has a little more experience, may be possible to now get hired to a mid-level role, like security technician, security analyst, an incident responder, an IT auditor, cybersecurity consultant, or a penetration tester. See if you can break the system. And then a senior level, after a lot of experience and you have a lot of education and training, a professional might decide to accept the challenge of an advanced role. It's going to have more responsibility. It's going to pay more. It's going to be usually supervising other people. This includes a cybersecurity manager, a cybersecurity architect, where you're designing the whole cybersecurity system, a cybersecurity engineer, or the chief information security officer. It means you're attending all the board meetings and all those meetings with the big bosses and talking about your cybersecurity. Right, page 3, cybersecurity personality types. So let's look at some of the traits and a job that might be a good fit. If you're a problem solver, you're like one of these people that have a puzzle, you need to figure out how something works, right? This is someone who's curious, you enjoy reading and research, you work well under pressure, you need to understand something, so you're looking up information on the internet, reading how things work. Good career opportunity to be a security architect. They're responsible for creating and maintaining corporate security structures, ensuring that they function as designed. You're designing your cybersecurity. We need to have this in place. We need to have that. We need to have this. They're also leaders who supervise teams of security and assist in creating the policies and procedures that are security related. So yeah, if you're a problem solver type person, that might be something good to look towards. Security architect. If you're an Avenger, look, all these people wearing capes. So she's got a cape there. He's got his cape there. The Avenger traits: you're caring, you're instinctive, and you're sympathetic. So maybe a security engineer. That's a professional who performs many functions like designing, developing, implementing secure network solutions to defend against cyber attacks, hacking, and persistent threats. So if caring, instinctive, and sympathetic. What's your instinct tell you? Is it usually pretty good? Maybe this. The educator. Should have a bigger cape for an educator. Oh, yeah, educator. Are you a helpful person? Are you caring? Are you a good listener? Are you good at teaching people things? Is that part of your personality? Then many organizations have an information security professional specifically to meet their information security needs. When an organization's budget or need does not warrant full-time information security staff, sometimes they hire an outside cybersecurity consultant. So you can be a consultant that works with many companies and you go train them better ways to have cybersecurity, better ways to protect their data, and work for a lot of different places. So that'd be an interesting job right there. The bottom line, as with any career, it's important to stay up to date on the industry trends. You can do this by reading blogs and news-related sources. It also means completing training courses and getting those industry certifications to help you out there. So page 4, essential success for the workplace. So regardless of the field you choose, interpersonal skills, let's click on that. Those are skills used to interact with other people, including negotiation, communication, collaboration, the ability to facilitate change, and more. If you got good interpersonal skills, you're good at working in groups or working with other people or helping organize other people. Interpersonal skills are one of the most important aspects of career and leadership development, especially if you want to be a leader. If you want to be a boss, you need to develop those interpersonal skills of dealing with people. Unlike job skills that only apply to similar jobs, interpersonal skills are important for every job throughout the entire career. These skills help us in our everyday life as well as in the workplace. You don't need special training to improve them either. So let's examine some important interpersonal skills. So these are things that you can work on developing without having to take classes for it. Communication. Common communication skills, being able to write, speak, listen, and negotiate. Are you good at communicating with people? Do you need to work on your communication? Do people generally understand what you're asking to be done? Or do you have to keep explaining it over and over again because they don't understand what you're doing? Are you good at listening to other people and understanding what they're telling you? Teamwork. Ooh, examples of teamwork skills include collaboration, honesty, communication, responsibility. Most jobs require you to have teamwork skills. I mean, even fast food is a big teamwork thing. Even just starting on fast food, you got to work together as a team to get the orders out quickly. Teamwork is something almost every career will be beneficial for you. Learning and adaptability. All right. Examples of learning skills include collaboration, communication, critical thinking. Are you good at learning things? Do you seek out new things to understand and learn? Are you adaptable when you learn something that changes the way you do things? Oh, wait, look what I just learned. Self-management. Yes. If you want to be successful, learn self-management, which you're in virtual school. That requires a lot of self-management to be a good virtual student. Good self-management skills include time management, organization, self-motivation. Boy, that just talks about virtual school from top to bottom. You've got to manage your time and get all your assignments done because you're not in class 5 days a week with the teacher telling you, okay, you got 30 minutes to get this done. You got to manage your own time. Organization. You got to be organized. You got to be self-motivated because, again, there's not a teacher saying, hey, work on this assignment. Leadership. So common leadership skills include active listening, not just waiting on someone to shut up so you can say something, but listening to what they're telling you. Dependability. That's huge. Are you where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be all the time? Not just a couple of times. Not just sometimes, but all the time. The ability to give and receive feedback. And do you have patience? Really big with leadership, patience. Problem solving. So common problem solving skills are communication, decision making, and research skills. If there's a problem, can you research the problem? Are you able to find solutions if you don't know the solution? And organizational skills that are especially important include planning, critical thinking, attention to detail, and conflict management, because people don't always get along. Can you manage it when there's a disagreement with other employees or between two different employees that aren't necessarily you? So cybersecurity professionals who have excellent interpersonal skills and are comfortable with technology and software related to the job are in high demand. How many of these skills do you already have? So the next time you have a meeting or practice, make it a goal to arrive 5 minutes early. Work on that dependability thing. When you're faced with a big decision, look at all the options. Talk to others who have experience in the area and analyze. Help you be a problem solver. Which option's best? You're surrounded by opportunities to practice these essential skills, so take advantage of those opportunities. What type of IT professional are you? There's thousands of jobs in cybersecurity and technology, and that number is continuing to grow. More and more jobs being created. As a cybersecurity professional, you can work virtually any field. You can work in the food industry, you can work in the electronics industry, you can work in, it's just amazing how many things. The car industry, if you want to make machines, you want to make TVs and radio, it's just all kinds of things, even clothing. The hard part is deciding where to work. So here's a little quiz. We can learn more. So this I'll let you guys do on your own. I'll kind of look at it and say, all right, I'll answer this for me, but you should go to page 5 and answer this to help you understand. So let's see, what type of IT professional am I? So if I was working in IT instead of a teacher, so when going out to eat with your friends, which one are you? The one who decides where to eat, who suggests the group get takeout, or the one who suggests a cool place to try? I'm usually a decider because people generally don't want to decide, so I'll make a decision. What best describes your dream vacation? A full itinerary planned to the hour to make the most. A immersive one that lets me see, taste, smell, and experience everything, which means you spend a lot more time in one place because you're trying to see everything. Or a cross-country trip to visit friends in 5 different cities. I would be the cross-country. I would love to go visit friends in 5 different cities. How's your closet organized? Minimal organization. There's more important decisions to be made. Color-coded and organized by season. Not much in there because my friends always borrow most of my clothes. I have minimal organization. I mean, I have all of my Hawaiian shirts grouped together, and I do put the clean ones on this end and take them off the other end so that I cycle through all of them. But that's about it. Otherwise, it's not really organized that strongly. If you came to a fork in the road, you would take the one less traveled, go down one road, then come back and go down the other road, or just consult your GPS to see which road to go. I would take the one less traveled. I always like going down roads I haven't been down before to see where they end up. I do that a lot. I like solving the problem from the top down, from the bottom up, or with a team. I solve probably from the top down. All right, why doesn't this work? How does that piece work? Okay, now why does that work? What other pieces make that work? Yeah. What's your perfect weekend look like? A balance of friends, family, and me time, curled up with a nice book or documentary, hanging out with a large group of friends. I'd probably be hanging out with people for a good weekend, which would be a lot of my family too, but I don't need a whole lot of me time really. You have a project deadline in 2 weeks. What do? Assemble a team immediately and begin assigning tasks. Comb through the project requirements, identify what's a priority, or gather a group of your most trusted friends to get the job done. It's 2 weeks. Let's get it done now. I would probably comb through and find out what the highest priority is to get done first. What's your ultimate career goal? Become president, create something important, or understand humans perfectly. Oh, I could be a president kind of guy. Yeah. A glass is always half full or empty, depending on what's inside, or a glass is worth sharing with other people. I'll go with the half full thing. What's most important when working on a group project? Having a plan, knowing all the answers, or communicating? Definitely communicating. If you've got a group project, everyone's telling everybody what to do. So I could be an architect. I like to be hands-on, part of the process from the ground up, creating a project plan, driving that vision forward is my specialty. No details, too big or small. You do well in management and leadership roles, helping to steer the direction of the projects. Advanced certification degrees in my area of interest would help propel me up the ladder if I'm inclined. I could be a security architect, an engineer, a certified ethical hacker. Yes, I could. I would enjoy all of those. I can tell you right now. I would love to be an engineer. If I was starting over and back in college, I'd probably go the engineering route instead. But I didn't know that much about it when I was young and foolish. I got older and realized what I missed out. All right, let's look at the lesson then, because that's it. So here's our project. If I go to the assignment page, there's nothing there. It says submit the assignment following the instructions on the lesson. So we're going to go back to the lesson to get the assignment. This is just where we can turn in a Google file. We can do this. You can do this on a Google Doc and just turn in the Google file. Or you can just put all your information right here, type it all out, however you want to do this. But let's go look at, here's what our assignment is. It's on the last page of the lesson. So if we go to page 6. All right. Complete the reading, understand this. Complete the project. Here it is, Career Connections Research Project. Follow the instructions, record your work here. This is what you're going to submit. Oh, it downloads something for you. Okay, when you click on that, it's going to give you a template. So you can use this as your Google Doc. Let me open it up and show you what it's going to be. It downloaded as a doc already. All right. Instructions. There we go. You will select 3 careers that closely match what you're interested in and research requirements for those careers. All right, so you'll research the starting salary. Here's the things you have to have. Starting salary, potential job market, what kind of educating, training, certifications are necessary for 3 different careers. So that's the important stuff right there. That's what you have to have. 3 different careers in cybersecurity. So let's pretend that's what you want to do. for the purpose of this class. And these are the things you need. So it gives some examples for cybersecurity advisor, an ID specialist, developer, penetration security analyst, cybersecurity lawyer. Take that thing on that test on page 5 and let it give you an idea on one of the careers. All right, so here is the table. Here's what you fill in right here. Here's where your work is. So fill in this table with the information from your research. I'm gonna make it big and bold. Fill in this table. So career 1, career 2, career 3. They give you the blanks to fill out right here. So this is perfect. You don't have to figure out exactly everything. You got a nice table. The career title. So you put your 3 careers right there. What are the basic things those jobs do? Like, 3 or 4 things that those jobs are responsible for. What's the average starting salary for those 3 jobs? What is the projected career market growth in next year? Is this a job that is becoming more in demand? Is it a job that's dying out? Whatever information you can find, and you can search the internet for projected career market growth over the next 10 years. What do they think? How many years of education would you need? What type of education does it require? A college degree? Does it require some kind of technical school that you go to? Anything like that? And training that may be different in education. Maybe you don't need any training if you get this education, no extra training, but maybe you need to have, work as an intern or something for a year or some kind of training. And then are there any certifications that you need to do that job? So here's the table you fill out. Fill out all the information there. Then you have these 3 questions. Consider the career that originally interested you the most. Has your opinion changed after researching this? Which field that you researched has the best potential for growth? And which educational path will help you achieve the career you selected? All right. So just answer these honestly. There's not a right or wrong answer. It depends on what you think. Maybe your career totally changed after you looked at this information. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. So here's the grading rubric. It's worth 40 points. So that's worth a lot more than another assignment. 40 points. And as long as you got all 3 sections completed and the 3 questions answered at the end, you can get full points. If you don't have all of them, it's missing some or all of the following, you won't get more than 29 points. 29 would be the top you can get, just depending on how much you're missing. So that's the grading rubric. But yeah, fill this out, save this Google Doc, and turn this in. If you have trouble in Buzz, sometimes Buzz gets a little cranky. I understand that. You go to do the Google file, and it gives you some kind of error. You're trying to choose the Google file, and it gives you an error. Turn it in. Then, in that case, turn it in Google Classroom. You can always turn it into Google Classroom and say, in Google Classroom. And that's what you would type in Buzz and say, I turned it in Google Classroom. So that way I know to go look for it, because I generally don't look for assignments in Google Classroom unless you tell me they're there. So I would say it's in Google Classroom, and so then submit that, and I know to go look for it. All right, that is what we have this week. Looking at potential cybersecurity careers. So you've got some time left in class here. It took us about 25 minutes, so I don't have anything else for you. If you want to work on those careers, you've got time to do that. I'll be here in class, but if you got any questions, but otherwise, it's an A-Day Friday. So if you need help, I'll be here Wednesday and or Friday. Nobody's grade in here is below 70%. I don't think. So we'll see you later. All right. I'll be here if you got questions.